Boxing is back with the IBO World Light Heavyweight Championship. Can Suarez take the belt? Or will one of Britain's brightest prospects, Lyndon Arthur, seize victory? Big Fight Live, Arthur versus Suarez. Friday at 10 on Channel 5.
Razaban IFL TV proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're here in Manchester. It's fight week. It's big. Frazer is back. How are we doing, Frazer Clarke?
Yeah, I'm all good, man. Fight week down at one of the local boxing clubs. It's the Wednesday, so we've got loads of time. Good to give it a little bit back to the community and the youth in the city you're fighting in. Impressed with all the kids turning up and doing a bit of good stuff.
It can't be a Frazer Clarke fight week without an opponent not pulling out.
It's part of the game now, isn't it? There's no point in that to me fighting someone because I'm not going to fight him. That's not how it works. For the rest of my career, Frazer Clarke versus question mark.
Basically.
Nah, yeah, it's frustrating, mate. It's annoying, but I don't, listen, anyone that knows me, I'm laid back. I sort of try not to let anything bother me, but it was frustrating, when I spent a lot of weeks and a lot of time, focusing on Booker. So this time was a little bit frustrating, but like I said, I take it with a pinch of salt and I'm professional, just do my job.
What do you know about Bogdan?
Yeah, I've seen him fight, I've seen him win, I've seen him lose. I've been in camp with him, I've seen him in Sheffield sparring AJ. Big, strong heavyweight, not a bad jab, good guy, so we'll have a tear, we'll mix it up.
You spar him?
I didn't spar him, no. A few years ago now. I think I was working with amateurs at the time, doing a lot. So I seen him training, seen him sparring. Got a little bit of a memory about how he fought. Watched him on YouTube a little bit. Seen him fight Dabar, Pulev. So yeah, I've got an idea, rough idea.
Is it frustrating that you got to almost reset your mind, reset the opponent, readjust certain things that you've been kind of teaching yourself in the gym?
Yeah, it's annoying. No one likes it. No fighter likes that. Do you know what I mean? But luckily, I come from a background of amateur boxing where I will know on the day or 24 hours before that who I'm fighting. So I can work styles out quickly and I can adjust.
I know this is the last couple of opponents. It's all about progression. It's all about learning. You've told me many times, I'm not in a rush. Fabio Wardley's name's been touted out recently. I've seen some stuff on Twitter with Wardley. Do you feel like at least by the end of the year you might be at that particular level?
I'm at that fucking level. Let me tell you that. Fabio Wardley is not levels above me. That's just a no-go. He's had more fights than me, by the way. Probably twice as many fights have I had. He's British champion. He's doing well. He's a good guy. If the phone rang tomorrow and said, "Oh, do you want to fight Fabio Wardley?" I'd say yes. That's that simple.
I know Fabio came down to Sheffield to spar anti-Joshua. Did you manage to get any rounds with him?
No, I didn't. I've had some since. I had some before the Sokolovsky fight in his gym. Went down to his gym and did some rounds because I was in London anyway. Good rounds, competitive rounds. It'd be a hell of a fight, let me tell you that.
Obviously, big news today coming out in the heavyweight division. I know. Fury-Usyk, and I've just spoke to Jamie Moore a moment ago. Jamie said Katie Taylor call out Chantel Cameron. Chantel Cameron said yes. Within a week we signed the contract. Within 3 weeks we've had a press conference to announce a fight. That's how fights should be made.
Proper people. It's turned into a circus, isn't it? This is the top of boxing. This is the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, and people are sending Twitter disses. It's like 8 Mile. It's like watching 8 Mile. Seriously. Fury's like Eminem, Usyk's like Papa Doc, they're just slanging each other. You know what? I don't even feel like I'm in a position to talk about it because they're well above my pay grade. Contracts and whatnot, I will never understand them. What I will say is, I want to see the fight, the fans want to see the fight. Argue about who's going to take so many million less and get it on, do you know what I mean?
But like,
both of you, lend me a few quid. You know what I mean? And get on with the fight.
We're in a position where the governing bodies are allowing the fight. We've got Wembley, which is something that we all wanted. We didn't want this fight going to Saudi.
No, it's too soon now. That day, April 29th. I want to see the best Tyson Fury and the best Usyk. So that afterwards, there's no excuses. Oh, we didn't have enough time in camp. The camp was rushed. It got announced with 6 weeks. No. If it can't go 4 weeks back at Wembley, 8 weeks back at Wembley, I wouldn't care, but I want to see the best of both men with no excuses. Rematch clause in there, fight the rematch, same again. Enough time to recover, do another camp. We'll know it's the best of two, really, because they're going to fight twice. Who's the best out of two? Will it go 1-1? If it goes 1 apiece, do a trilogy.
Your former stablemate from your management company 258, Lawrence Okoli, is here in the building. He makes his debut for Boxer back on Sky. Good to see him back on the same platform as yourself. Yeah,
big source, man. Happy to be here with my friends, you know. Above anything, my friend, man. It's real life rags to riches, man. I've seen this guy walk in the gym with holes in his trainers. He could punch and he didn't know much else about boxing. He didn't care much about boxing. Cared about progression, cared about life progression. Became an Olympian after a handful of fights. Became a world champion after a handful of fights. I've got nothing but love for that guy, you know. He's had a lot of love for me, so I'm happy for him to be here.
Another man last week, Joshua Buatsi, turns over as well.
These guys, I've been through good times with these guys, been through bad times with these guys. I've ate little to no food with these guys in bad environments. I've seen them win, seen what they put in. One of the best men in the world, Joshua Buatsi, a lovely man, lovely human being. I'm glad he's here, and hopefully, you know, we get to see his talent and his potential to the fullest.
Frazer, I asked Joshua last week when I saw him, Joshua Buatsi, you were with 258, you know, for a long time from the start of your career practically. Why did you leave? And he said, because I was curious, because I've seen Ramla Ali leave, I've seen Lawrence Okoli leave, now Joshua Buatsi leave. Has something happened? Is something going on? But he said, listen, they took me as far as they potentially could.
Listen, this is to any professional boxer, anyone turning professional. When you get a manager, ask the questions, learn the game. You know, we all want to save a few quid, and we all think we know better. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I'm sure Josh Buatsi, who is a student in everything he does, by the way, you rarely see him without a pen and paper. Takes notes. Very important to do that. Very good skill. I can remember once I think he went and had a conversation with Andre Ward. He took his notepad, took notes. That's the mark of a man. He's an educated man. He's learnt the game. He's learning more about the game all the time. He wants to go and progress his career by himself, manage his affairs. Best of luck to him, you know. We're all students. We can't pay people forever. You want to try and earn it and keep it. A lot of people don't do that in the boxing.
Next week, pressure on. Anti-Joshua returns to the ring. Jermaine Franklin. Honestly, how much is it riding on this? It is a must-win for Joshua. He cannot lose another fight.
He'll win. He'll win well. It's a lot of pressure, of course there is, but that man's had pressure since day one. You think he's not used to pressure? From the second he won that Olympic Games, pressure on. I got a bronze medal. Look at the pressure on me. People think I should be fighting fucking DeBar, Joyce, Usyk, because I got an Olympic medal. So he's a gold medalist in London, knocked everyone out, and then he got beat. There's a lot of pressure on him all the time. So you know, he can ride that, no problem. He'll do what he does. He'll be fine.
I spoke to Team Franklin a couple of days ago. They're very, very confident. They said, the Dylan White was a great experience for us to fly over and fight someone like Dylan White in his home country. We are very, very confident we beat Anti-Joshua.
No, Dylan White and Anti-Joshua are two different kettle of fish. Especially from what I'm hearing out the camp, Joshua's trained very hard, very well. Learned a lot on Derek James, so you know, when Joshua Richard in them small gloves, mate, and if he gets you going, I expect him to be a bit savage this one and brutally batter Jermaine Franklin. It'd be tricky for a bit. Jermaine Franklin, I called the fight, the White fight. I thought he won it. I don't think Joshua lets him get that momentum going.
Okay, Frazer, like you said, it's Wednesday, it's the early part of the week. Go chill, go relax, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you Thursday, Friday.
Thank you.
Frazer Clarke, IFL TV, thank you very much.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.